Good morning,
Still.
Lonnie.
Hi.
Oh, look at
Put
you.
my ears on so you can make sure you know who I am.
Good to see you. Just because of association, when you walk through here, you must have some incredible memories.
Oh, amazing. It touches off a continuity that goes through my life for over 25 years.
What was the reason, the concept behind Walt's beginning of the Mickey Mouse Club?
Well, Walt had started a show in 1954 that was one of the longest running shows on TV, to various names, but Wonderful World of Color. And his project was, of course, Disneyland. And he needed money to complete Disneyland, and the network he was involved with said, all right, we'll give you the completion money if you do a daytime show for children 5 days a week. And that's how it really evolved. And they got together and planned it out with the producers, Walt, and they came up with the Mickey Mouse Club.
So it was to satisfy a commitment, but also it really gave kids an opportunity to grow and use their talents. Were they all kids that had been in the business prior to that?
No, the majority of the children who were in the show had not been in the business at all. I did a lot of work as a child before that, and Sharon Baird had.
Sharon, who we met on Monday's show.
Right.
We have a clip, and we should play this to jog everyone's memory, all right? This is Lonnie Burr Mouseketeer.
We just got back from Singapore. It rained the livelong day. We'll never know how much it rained. The weatherman washed away.
They'll never know how much it rained. The weatherman washed away. How about Mexico? Did you ever go there?
Mexico? Ha! Oh, we found out in Mexico the food is pretty silly. They always serve it plenty hot. Why do they call it chili?
They always serve it plenty hot. Why do they call it chili?
Of course, of course.
You remember all of the routines that you
did?
did?
Well, not every single one, and not every lyric, but yeah, I do have memories of it.
I wasn't going to test you, Lonnie.
I'm glad of that.
What did it do for you as a kid? I mean, was it a growing experience?
Oh, indeed. It was, well, it was a lot of things. So to be succinct, first of all, when the show first went on, we had no idea of the kind of enormous success it was. And after we'd finished filming, we'd go out and do a PA, and there'd be 15,000 people at an airport, and we were stars all of a sudden.
But is it because, I mean, I identified with it, is it because those were regular kids, talented, but you were telling me earlier the mistakes, they were allowed?
Well, we didn't have time. We had to rehearse and shoot. We were doing 5 hours a day for the first 2 years. Consequently, you did the best you could, but you did make mistakes, and I think that helped it because other children could identify with it and say, hey, I can do that. I can be a Mouseketeer. I am a Mouseketeer.
Boy,
they sing along and dance along.
Inspiration, I think, probably for a lot of even entertainers today. You know, I wonder how many of them started singing and dancing with the Mickey Mouse Club. How about now? What are you doing? Did you continue performing?
I did. After the show, I finished high school and got a master's in theater. Then I came back into the business as a performer and actor, primarily. And then I was doing a play with Robert Preston on Broadway called Mack and Mabel, and decided that the writing I had been doing for a little bit as an avocation was what I really wanted to do in life. So now I'm a writer who occasionally acts and performs.
You have a book that's about comedy teams.
All right, 2 for the Show from Simon & Schuster, and it covers comedy teams from Smith and Dale and Vaudeville and Laurel and Hardy through Cheech and Chong in the 70s.
Jeez, do you think a kids show like that could exist today and do as well?
Very definitely. I think there's a need for a show of that kind, one that is not too super slick, sophisticated, that's just simple and has a lot of entertainment value without constantly trying to keep up with this ever-changing, too-changing world we live in.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, Spin and Marty, there was some moralizing that went on, but it was really more showing kids as kids were.
Right.
And that was the fun.
Jimmy Dodd's little songs, the homilies, and then it was also a learning experience. Children could find out how other children celebrated Christmas in Siam, or how a kid on a farm would milk a cow, and a lot of things that you can't find.
How about Jimmy Dodd, your relationship with him, Lonnie?
Oh, he was a marvelous man. And instrumental in the show. He wrote many of the songs and had to do with the planning of it, and he was just a marvelous man. I think that you need a figure like that. I think he helped as a sort of father figure to tie the show together.
So all the kids, there really was that love that we all saw and felt.
Yeah, it wasn't acting. We weren't doing a sitcom. We were just being ourselves, doing numbers and finding things out.
Is it fun to know that you will always be a Mouseketeer?
Yes, it very much so, is because people will always remember it. In other words, I could write a play that wins a Pulitzer Prize, but my obituary will say Lonnie Burr, former Mouseketeer, people have an instant identification and an instant smile comes to their face, and that's very nice. They don't do that when you say Norman Mailer. It's.
You were our friends when we came home from school. You were the kids that we left our friends in school and we came home to you.
Right.
Terrific. How to have fun with your family is our next segment, and I know you had a lot of fun with your family. But is there any way that I could do a part of being a Mouseketeer before we part?
I think we might work something out. I've had a discussion with Mickey, and I've cleared it with him, and I understand that Sharon had made John an honorary Mouseketeer earlier in the week. I think we ought to do that, too.
Can we do that?
Yeah, first of all, I have to ask you a question. Are you good friends with Mickey, or...?
Well, we've become acquaintances.
Well, that's good enough. That's good enough. Secondly, could you put on the ears, please? And will you stand up?
All right, I can do that. So far, I'm doing all right.
Okay, now you have to dance and sing if you're a Mouseketeer. So let's try a little time step. Just a little something like that. That's fine. That's terrific. Now, you have to sing along with me. All right?
Okay, dance and sing at the same time?
No, I want to try. No, that's the big step. That's next week. Okay.
All right, good. Next week we'll be back with that.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y.
Why? Because we like you.
M-O-U-S-E.
Lonnie Burr, thank you so much. It has been fun. Great to see you.
You can
A
give the ears,
thrill
too.
for us. Can I?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Coming up next.